Thanking steelworkers for helping him get elected 4 years ago, President Biden promised them he now has their backs.
U.S. Steel has been an iconic American company for more than a century, and it should remain a totally American company. American owned, American operated by American union steelworkers, the best in the world. And that's going to happen, I promise you.
The campaign stopped coming right after U.S. Steel shareholders overwhelmingly approved the deal with Nippon. And even though the Japanese company promised no job cuts, pledging to honor all union agreements and moving its U.S. headquarters to Pittsburgh, it's not enough.
I think the president has sent a clear message. He's put U.S. Steel and a lot of other companies on notice that it's time to put the workers and the stakeholders in front of the shareholders.
Local Democratic leaders taking a swipe at former President Donald Trump while praising President Biden.
It's time that America realizes that you have a complete fraudster on one side and a man that delivers for this country.
Biden also poked fun at his predecessor, but listen to what Trump said back in January when asked about the U.S. Steel Nippon deal.
I would block it. I think it's a horrible thing. When Japan buys U.S. Steel, I would block it instantaneously.
Republican State Senate Leader Kim Ward said the president is here in Pittsburgh because of poor poll numbers. She wrote a letter imploring President Biden to save the jobs of the people who built America, including her father, who lost his job and pension.
The thought that that could ever possibly happen again is just really sickening. And I wanted to put out to the president from a firsthand experience that we cannot let these jobs go.
With both parties fighting for every vote in Pennsylvania, President Biden also announced new tariffs on Chinese steel and aluminum, damaging U.S. workers.
Between those years, 2000 and 2010, more than 14,000 steelworkers in Pennsylvania and Ohio lost their jobs. 14,000. Let me ask you, we're going to let that happen again? No! I promise you, and I'm not going to let that happen again.
You can find complete coverage of the president's visit today and reaction on our WTAE mobile app and at WTAE.com.